this point in time, I make a motion in order to ensure that street maintenance expenses are accurately expensed. The city street maintenance employees maintain a simple log sheet of daily activities. This is necessary so that as a required by law, only city street maintenance activities are expensed against the vehicle/fuel taxes used to finance the city street department fund. For example, if a city street maintenance employee spends 3 hours mowing and trimming grass at the city courthouse, those hours may not be expensed against vehicle/gasoline taxes. Said daily log should include sufficient detail to support allocation of hours spent to that activity performed. The daily log sheet itself shall be completed and turned in to the city street maintenance employee's immediate supervisor at the conclusion of each working day. And I have an example of a daily log sheet that we could ask.
So he would be turning those into me at the end of each day.
Unless we pass that ordinance, and he'll be turning it into his immediate supervisor, which would be the street commissioner.
Is there an issue with how does the tax, like the fuel tax, when we get that, that's a separate?
So what we're saying is that we can't use the city truck for him to go to Lowe's to get materials, to fix something else on the properties here.
You can or can't?
Can't.
To fix up the what?
Say we needed some materials for back here on this lot. He can't drive the city truck to go get the materials.
It will have to be taken out of the expense of the
You're talking
the
about
general
trying
fund.
to break that all down.
Well, this is my motion.
And he's still under my authority at this point.
At this point, until we pass the ordinance that we've asked to
But
be
we
written.
haven't got it.
And then I made a motion that we have a log sheet, a
Yeah.
daily log sheet.
Is this not micromanaging?
No, it's not micromanaging.
And it's never, wasn't expected.
Yeah, I actually explained the reason why, and why are you trying to come into micromanaging? I explained the reason why. If we're going to work on repairing our streets, we need to make sure that funds are there to repair streets. And that, like I said, the example of if the maintenance person is mowing or trimming grass, that should come out of the general fund and not out of the gas tax. From what I understand and gathered, that it is illegal to pay for that from the city, from the fuel tax. And I did contact the MML, the Missouri Municipal League, and I mentioned about the daily log sheet, and they actually thought that that was a good idea.
Actually, the state says from that fuel tax, you can pay for street lighting, you can pay for the streets, repair the streets, and the other place where those funds can go to the police department that's taking care of things on the street. Other than that, anything else that gets paid out of that fund is not correct. And that's coming from.
So the fuel he buys, and he has to break down how much he uses for other projects.
No, this is, we're talking
See,
about salary. We're talking about what.
Yeah, but we're also talking about using city equipment. And if he uses city equipment for other than the gas, and he puts the gas in on our credit card, how are we going to break that down?
How do we do that when we use the city gas to put in the lawnmowers and the weed eaters? Same way. That the lawnmowers and weed eater gas doesn't go, isn't, right now, isn't fuel taken out of the, because according to the financial report, it looks like the fuel, all fuel charges are taken out of the police fund.
No.
So there is a separate, because it looked like fuel charges, all that was taken, according to the line we have in our financial report, says police fund. So you separate his to,
Each employee that puts gas in vehicles has a credit card assigned to them. Chris has a credit card assigned to him. So when he puts fuel in the truck, it's charged to the street department.
Okay, I just didn't see that figure written in there in our financial report. It just looks like it said gasoline and was taken out all from the police department.
It just says gasoline, it doesn't say what's all in it.
Okay, well,
When
it
I
wasn't, it
split
wasn't.
it up in general, when I split it up and coded it to general ledger entry, a portion of, I tell you exactly.
Was it
I find that.
the trucks or diesel?
Yeah.
So there's nothing else that we run as diesel. So diesel fuel would be,
But there is gas in the Buffalo.
well,
I just didn't see it in the financial report where there was a different line that actually had the gasoline and the vehicles and mowing was under the street fund. It just looked to be all from the police funds. Because it has gasoline.
Last month of the $1,841.72, $1491.91 was charged to the police department, $249.81 was charged to the street department.
There? Did you see that?
The fuel statement, when I coded it in to the computer, I charged the police department $1591.91 and the street $249.80.
Well,
And it's not going to show up as a separate line item, it's going to be under street expenses.
okay, because it looks like I charged gasoline to the police fund this last month of 1874.
Okay, this is what you guys approved tonight, is this $1591. I don't have what you approved last night, which is what you see on the financial statement, last month.
Today, tonight?
Yeah,
Oh,
what you guys approved tonight to be paid, the police department's going to be charged $1591.91 and the street's going to be charged $249.81. The information you have on the financial is what you approved to pay last month, and I have to pull the WEX bill last month to tell you those two numbers.
Okay, so you're saying the fuel that is purchased by the street maintenance is under the street department?
Yes.
And it's one of these figures? It's
It's
under
part of
repair,
their
maintenance, general expense?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what it said to start.
Okay, we're looking at the street maintenance wages. So has every bit of the time that we spent on working on streets?
No,
Okay, well then it cannot come out of that street fund.
it's not even in there at this point, and I'm very, very.
Well, and
That's
that's
where I
where,
had this discussion several times.
and that's where the law, the daily law would come in handy.
It's my understanding that the only wages that could be charged would be for anything to do with the streets, would be the street maintenance worker who is working on the streets, whatever, and the police department. But if his entire wages is coming out of that street fund that comes from the taxes we get from the state of Missouri for the fuel tax, it's incorrect.
Like I said, I've had this conversation with David several times.
Okay, well, then my motion still stands that we ask for the daily log sheet and it to be turned in to the immediate supervisor. That was my motion.
Do I hear a second?
I second that.
Motion been made and seconded to have our city employee, maintenance worker